Warning, it is the opinion of the 4th Street Productions and the Working Perspectives Podcast Weekend Pop-In that we should inform you that some of the language used in this recording could possibly be considered offensive. You've been warned, so if you decide to listen, then don't complain like a fuck.
In 2019, 6,000 people were killed by handguns. Rifles, 364 people.
Not even close.
364.
Not
And guess
even
what? How many
close.
people were? There's another thing. It says personal weapons. It says hands, fists, feet, etc. There
Hell
was
yeah.
600 people killed. There was more people killed by hands and fists than AR-15s.
Yeah.
Hi, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to talk to some real people about some real things, living real lives, doing real stuff. This is the Working Perspectives Podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied today by Lyn Dub, Justin Richardson, Schwap Game Steve Cabot, Lasmeeshma, Liam Reese, and the madman Sean Day. You can find all our stuff and all our content and all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can have us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast, and you can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe so we can keep this party going. Lyn Dub, how we doing, baby?
Hello. I'm good.
Swell.
Very good. Glad to hear. Lasmeeshma, what's going on, my man?
I'm awesome, man. I got to leave work early today because they had Olympic Day at my kid's school.
Best day ever.
You know?
Best day ever.
Yeah.
It is best day ever.
Fuck yeah. Fuck
It was
yeah.
fun. Red team won, too.
Shout out Red Team fans.
Boo.
Listen to the show. Sean Douglas Day, how we doing, sir?
Good, man. Just living the dream. Living the dream.
Living the dream, liking it. Schwap Game, what's life like, my man?
Well, I happen to have a little bit of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer because got a tad aggressive with the sun and didn't realize that, maybe I should fucking pick better battles. So he, left me a little fucking gift to walk around.
Yeah. Well,
Feels healthy though, because the sun is good for you. J-Dub, get in the goddamn sun with your
Dude,
white
it takes me like 15 minutes. Look at this
Yeah.
shit.
I was in North Carolina for
Yeah.
a week. I was tan for, 18 hours, and now it went away, and I'm back to pale Irish white.
Well,
My thighs glow
yeah.
in the dark.
Very nice.
Fantastic.
Well, speaking of pale Irish and white, this is the Working Perspectives Podcast. Let's get this thing started. Let's go.
It's our objective to be effective by voicing societies. Working perspective, exploring your day and how you get paid. Launching a new episode every Tuesday. Your day can transform while we inform with new episodes available on every platform. So check out our vibe and how we get live. Then do us a solid. Share and subscribe. We're just sharing. We're just sharing. We're just sharing. Working perspectives.
All right, so let's fucking talk about it. On the show this week, we aired the Ian Hogan episode. Dude, I remember recording this and being like, this was a good fucking show. And then listening back to it again, like, this was a really good fucking show. He was an awesome guest, really a great story, really like a triumphant story in a way, like picking yourself up by your bootstraps, getting over like a big fucking hump, like really, really nailed it. Really like funny too, a lot of interaction. We had a good crew on for that one. I know, Justin, that, we recorded together, but what were your thoughts on this week's show?
Fantastic. Everybody loves Ian, yeah.
Yeah. He does seem to be like a fucking hit around town.
Yeah.
Everyone likes that guy.
He showed up one day and I was like, I like this guy. And he was on the podcast and I was like, I like this guy.
Yeah, he fucking nailed it, man. He really did do well. Plus, too, I'll tell you, a lot of people come on here and they're, and like, I understand not everyone's as open to share their story, and it's very understandable. but he was like really open and sharing his story and like
I come from a neighborhood where a lot of people have had a struggle, and a lot of people in the world can identify with his fucking story.
True. Very true. Yeah.
It's not a secret that there's an opiate epidemic in this country.
No.
I don't know if I'm surprising anyone with that.
Yeah. Steve, we were talking about that the other day about like telling people that haven't done it, like kids, like telling them like it's no good for you. Like I want to be honest and tell them like it's fucking awesome.
It's awesome, the slipperiest of slopes.
Awesome. It is the slippeриest. There's a
I don't
reason.
think it matters.
Get super shitty real quick.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it.
Shitty real quick.
You can tell them all the shit you want if they're gonna do it. If they want to do it, I heard all the same. We all heard all the same shit in school,
do
right?
You like
we
diarrhea.
Yeah,
opiates are for you.
But you're on the right
You're
track.
gonna fucking love it, yo.
Your only hope is to just be honest about all of it. Really, I mean, because
juice isn't worth the squeeze. They might be fun. They're fun the first time. But
first couple times are fantastic. This shit is fucking awesome.
Yeah, but they are fucking. They're the word. I don't know if
get shitty quick.
I don't know. Obviously, Steve read this book, but I don't know if the rest of you guys read it. It's called Harry Potter, right?
I never read this dumb shit. You got to be out of your goddamn mind.
They made a movie out of
Christ.
it. No, so.
Who's this guy? We know him. Who's this guy?
But there's like a part there's a part of the movie where he takes this potion that makes like you have the best luck in the world, right? And I always equate it to like when you're fresh in the pop game, right? Like that's the kind of feeling you get. Like you feel like you have all the luck in the world and all the confidence that anyone could ever have. You know what I mean? And like you speak well, your elocution is very good, and it can get you in a lot of trouble. It makes every day the best day of work that you ever had until it makes every day the worst day of work.
Real quick.
Fucking flips that shit real fucking quick.
And you don't realize you look like a dick from day one.
My favorite meme is the one that it goes, "Hey, do I smell like weed?" And the guy goes, "No," and then parentheses underneath it says, "Two guys who smell like weed." No one can tell them high on perks at work, and it's like everyone can tell you're high on perks at work. You're sweaty at 10 a.m.
Bro.
Well, why are you sweating like that?
Talking to everybody.
You're like, hello. I'm like, that kid's never said hello to me before.
You sound like you have
so hype.
You sound like you have a frog's balls stuck in your throat, dude. They can tell.
Yeah. This dude, the dude, like when you go to work and it's the dude that's the most miserable guy in the world and he's happy. Yeah. Right. You're like, okay, those guys also will legit be your best friend if you ever hook them up. You know what I mean? They're like, we're fucking brothers now in this fucking struggle together, just to let you know. Yeah. Also, too, like when you're fresh in the game, right? Like get like selling a pill selling a gimmick out of your stash or being like, oh, I got an extra. That shit goes away real fucking quick. There's no extras. There's no giving away your shit. But at the beginning,
it becomes isolating. Like you eventually, it starts doing it with your friends, and then you begin to isolate and hoard or whatever your fucking system is. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, getting high alone is like the funnest. And then you realize it's not. You're like, oh, I haven't seen anyone in a year.
You see,
damn it.
And I only hit up my friends now to be like, can I borrow $20? I'll pay And they're like, cool, yo, it's real fun hanging out with you. And you're like, this isn't bad. This isn't a problem.
Good talk.
I'm good. Everybody's fine.
We're all friends still.
Everything's fine.
Yeah. The only person you talk to is the same dude every day, and you convince yourself that he's a good dude.
You become friends with Bull. He tells you that you'd be friends if it wasn't even for the drugs, and you believe it.
Just in all transparency, to make sure everyone knows how we started this with how awesome they were. See how quickly it gets dark. See how quickly the lights go down and it gets dark.
Yo, the one thing
went downhill real quick.
The one thing, even in the show, in Ian's episode, we all mentioned it, is like the worst thing ever is waiting in a parking lot for a guy that's fucking 2 hours
5
late.
minutes away.
Oh, bro.
Pull it up now.
Away. Yeah.
That shit gives me
Pull it up now, and you're like, this parking lot's 100 feet long.
Where, bull? Where, bull?
You're not pulling up now.
Dude,
fuck this bull.
Nothing fucking worse, right? Like that legit, thinking about that gives me fucking anxiety. Just thinking about it.
Are we gonna have a fiend cast? Are we doing a fiend cast this week?
Is that what these are called?
Day, you ever grab 30s? What's up?
The
seal.
So
I don't think you can say.
So I've been getting into it. I've had my own battles with alcohol and stuff like that for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you
some
have a fucking real.
painkillers too.
Yeah, you've
You
a
also
real
had-
reason. You've
you also
done
had-
something.
You also had battles with the Taliban.
We just had to go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
went
just
to
got a
war.
battle with my dad trying to fire me.
What were you gonna say, Sean?
Well, no, I was gonna say about Ian. It was just interesting because like it's funny how you can know someone. Like I've known Ian for 20 years, but like I had no idea about any of his childhood or anything. And
Yeah.
listening to it, it was very similar actually to my childhood. Like I'm not very open about my childhood. There's only probably a few people who know about my childhood, but like like my parents split up when I was born.
Yeah.
And then my second dad, he got hit by a train when I was like 3.5 years old. So like when I started hearing Ian's story, it was like it was kind of similar to mine. Like the first 5 years of my life were not good at all. So it was just interesting to see how open he was about it. Because like when I did a podcast, I didn't tell anyone about that kind of stuff. But it's probably good that he did talk about it. It's probably gonna help him with his addiction and stuff like that for sure.
For sure. Being honest with himself.
Yeah, when he and I.
That's why he fit in so well quickly in North Wales, Sean. That's why Ian was like fit in with us quickly.
Yeah, like you like
people could assimilate to him.
Yeah, like I didn't know like there's that happened to him, but like I guess you can almost like see so much trauma somehow like in the way they carry themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, but even like the alcohol. I mean, I never did like pills or stuff. I mean, I guess I did pills a little bit, but I had.
And they're awesome. And they're awesome.
Why I fucked up my foot. I had like 3 screws in my foot. And
yes.
I severed my whole flexor tendon in my finger, so they had to like.
They giving you OCs?
I don't even know what they were, but I was definitely addicted to them because both times I got injured after deployment, so I was like dealing with stress of deployment. So I'm like, oh, they're giving me these pills. So I started milking it a little bit, and I was like, okay. Started mixing them with like Coors Lights, and I'm like, okay.
Now we're partying. Now it's a fucking party.
But no, with me though, like I do have had times of addiction, but like I definitely, for some reason, I have the ability just to cut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a man of discipline.
Yeah,
a lot more mentally tough than we are.
But would you feel like, have you found like that you would fill it in with something else, right? Like maybe it's not drinking or whatever, but then it's jujitsu or it's farming or it's whatever, you know what I mean? Bagpipes, like you fill it in with something else where you become enthralled in this thing to occupy your mind, right?
Yeah, it definitely became that. Like after I got in the military, I was doing a lot of martial arts, but when I was in the military, how I dealt with it was I volunteered for everything.
Yeah.
You got to fill the void.
Yeah. Do you think? Yeah. No, I remember Nick would say, I think Nick had Nick Galante, he had a kind of a similar thing when he was on. He said that he got in trouble because as soon as he would come back, he's volunteering for the next thing to go back out, right? Like he was legit just like boom, boom, boom. And like they have like mandatory like stays, you know what I mean? Like they're like, hey, you've been out this long, like you need a break. And he would like work his way through that and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get idle hands.
Dude, yeah. And like if there's some guys that are made for that atmosphere and they feel awkward anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like not awkward, but they feel like they don't, but like that's where they belong, like in that atmosphere. So I don't know. I get, you know, it's a tough slope no matter what, but it's a lot of times too. It's, you know, it's scary. Plus too, I mean, I think we've all dealt with confidence issues and things of that nature. And these really, I mean, it was false confidence is really what they kind of gave you at times. But either way, Ian's episode, when he talked about, and like what you're saying, Sean, about how, you know, he didn't talk about his childhood. Like I had talked to him at that point for a few hours, like, and we had a one-on-one session that was like over an hour for the pre-show. He never mentioned his mom dying when he was 1, right? And he kind of said that later in the show, right? And everyone was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know,
you like skimmed over and I was like, are we going to bring that up?
Yeah.
Like, it's weird too. Like, I mean, he may have forgotten about that kind of stuff too. Cause like for me, I didn't even like realize a lot of what in my childhood until I went through treatment. It was like probably 8 years into my career, I was going through some treatment and had to do talk therapy every single day. Yeah. And it was only then that I started remembering my childhood. I started like talking to my sister. I'm like, did this happen? Did this happen? She's like, yeah. I'm like, holy shit. I didn't know any of that happened. So I'm kind of curious if he like suppressed some of it too. And he's only a year old. So he probably didn't even remember it.
Yeah.
My older brothers had to sit me down when I was like 18 and were like, your mom's an alcoholic. I was like, no, she's not. And they were like, we don't have milk in the house, but we have alcohol. She's always drunk. I was like, oh, what are you guys talking about?
She's always a good time.
Yeah, I like didn't believe it. They're like, are you like fucking with us? I was like, no, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, dude. And I was like, oh, okay. And like, I like finally clicked. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm ignorant to all of this. Yeah, sometimes you got to be sat down and explain the shit of your past. You don't fucking ignore.
And sometimes you're like subconsciously protecting yourself from the truth too, dude.
Yeah, I was just never, I would never be home. So like, I never saw half the shit they were talking about. And then I'd be like, what are you? I was like, she's not drunk all the time. He's like, Justin, you don't come home ever.
Yeah.
You haven't eaten here in like a year.
Dude, I was never home, man.
Never. We had a whiteboard, and all you had to do was write your name and where you were. And there was all 5 of us on the whiteboard and the day of the week. And I would just fill it out with like blank names. And then, because like my mom would only cook for however many kids were home, you know?
Smart.
Because she would freak the fuck out when she cooked for 7 and only 3 kids showed up.
Yeah.
And then vice versa. She would cook for 3 and all 7 would show up. And she'd be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And also she was hammered. You know?
Yeah, I was the same boat. I mean, that's why like I played sports all the time. Like my parents never even, because we lived in North Wales, it's a small town, so I could like ride my bike I could ride my bike everywhere. So I didn't have to rely on my parents.
Somebody was outside, yeah.
Yeah, when I was like 5 years old, I was like, I want to watch. And I just like never came home. I played sports, and I just like would lie to my parents. I wouldn't even tell my parents I had like games and stuff like that because I knew they would show up drunk. So I would just like avoid them at all costs, which is why I was probably trained to be a Navy SEAL. I was like, I just don't want to be at my house. And as soon as like I turned 18, I'm like, I don't want to live in this house at all. Period. So probably kind of helped me, I guess.
Yeah,
prepared me.
Yeah, for sure. Liam, did your mom ever like tell you shit about your dad that like you didn't know, and she'll tell you like later on and be like, and you'll be like, oh, what the fuck?
She didn't have to. She didn't have to.
Yeah.
From like what little I knew about him, you know what I mean? So I was 8 when he left, so probably like when they were like, we got there like 3rd grade, so you're kind of like understanding the world and stuff. And you kind of like know what like alcohol is and everything. And then like you look back on shit, you like realize. Plus, like I had to visit him in rehab when I was young too. They made me watch that like that. You ever see that movie where it's like all the cartoon characters telling you not to do drugs? It was like a Saturday morning cartoon. It's like every character. Yeah, they sat us in there and I had to do that shit. But like it was never like even she never had to. It was never even like debatable, you know.
Yeah.
Like the times I hung out with him, it's just pretty fucking obvious that he was a mess.
Yeah. I hear you. My mom will drop some shit on me sometimes about my dad that I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where is this coming? You know what I mean? It's like, just terrible stories and shit like that. And I'm like, oh my God, give it a rest.
Really, after 8, I didn't see him like at all until his mom died. I was like, and then I went to some funeral. He was there. And his face was falling off. So, you know.
He was that far gone?
Yeah, dude, he like smoked crack and shit. He was fucked up. Yeah, he was fucked up.
All the stories I hear are from my neighbor about how my mom used to throw hands, like my dad was a big dude. My mom's a 5'3" little Irish woman, and like brawls that would spill out of the house. Like my mom would throw hands, smashing cups over bulls' heads. My mom was about it, yo.
I've never got
Shout
to see
out
that.
to the cream sister.
Yeah. Your parents will fuck you up, yo, and don't do pills because of it. Deal with your trauma like an adult.
I
do drugs.
disagree. I don't put my mom was also blacked out when I was a young bull for a long time.
I don't blame my mother at all. I didn't even know she was.
How dare you blame that sweet woman that
my
had
mother's
a
the same.
you? I know mine was a little different, but it doesn't matter what parents lost, who does what. You can fight your way out of it.
I'll tell you this, man. Like I don't know. There's a lot of like you can blame people for a lot of shit, whatever. You don't, but you shouldn't. And honestly, Liam, I don't know, Sean, I don't know if you would agree about this either. Like, I really can't hold anything against my mom because I have a kid now and it's so fucking tough. And I have 1 and she had 4 under 6 and my dad was never fucking home. Right. So she had 4 kids under the age of 6 by herself. You know what I'm saying? So like, if something fucking happened, something fucking happened, but she was really just like fucking like surviving. You know what I mean? So it's like to say like she's responsible for any type of, I mean, depending, but like you know, as far as parenting wise, it's like she did what the fuck she had to do for 4 kids by herself. Like, you know, you can't really blame anybody. You know what I mean? And it's tough when they're
No,
fucking.
I'm
I mean,
confused. You all survived.
No, yeah, I'm not blaming anyone. Like, I don't blame anyone, but you can't ignore that. Like, it definitely has an effect on you. I mean,
True.
like the stuff that was
For
around
sure.
me,
Agreed.
it definitely affected me. I mean,
For sure.
who knows? Like,
For sure.
I was a pretty violent kid, and like, who knows? Like, let's say I was thrown on a time machine and put into a different scenario.
Yeah.
Where I had a better childhood.
More. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I would have hugged people more. I don't know. Maybe I would have been like, hey guys. But
Yeah.
like,
Bullshit.
I mean,
Bullshit.
obviously,
I grew up right next to you. You had it in you since you were a young bull, Sean. You was just bred to be that. That's just who you were. It didn't matter if Bill Clinton and Hillary would have been your fucking parents. You would have been a Navy SEAL. It's just who the fuck you were. I saw you from the get-go. This bull was about it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, I turned it into something good, but I definitely had my issues and, you know, definitely didn't have like the best mental attitude inside, but I turned it around. I did something with it. You know, I didn't wallow in my tears. But
life's fucking hard. Pull your shit up and let's go.
Yeah, you can't let that define the rest of your life. Is what I'm saying.
So I agree. It like your environment, like certain things, like certainly don't help. But for me, like when it comes down to it, like only one person has to be responsible. Only one person has to be accountable for all of it. And there's 1,000 people who had it. No, wait, like millions of people who had it. Worse than me. Or like doctors and shit, fucking way better. And never took the cop out that I did. You know what I mean? I'm just speaking for myself. Like like never took for me, it was all excuses and immaturity and fucking selfishness. And you know what I mean? Like
total selfishness.
I think there are things that didn't help, but it was very much like my own like shortcomings, you know?
Yeah. And sometimes it's fear of coming to grips with the reality of what the situation is.
100%.
You're trying to fog it with like, you know, that's
bullshit.
What it is. It's a fog.
With bullshit.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right. And you are, and I forget who said this, but someone said you're 51% responsible for every action you're involved. You're 51% responsible. So you're responsible for all your fucking shit, man. You made every decision. No one forced any of us.
I'll completely dispute that in a court of law, but I hear what you're saying.
There is something to be said about though, like there is something to be said about like, you know, like an alcoholic or an addict is like 10 times more likely to have like an addict. You know what I mean? Like there's something to be said for all that.
There's traits for sure.
But
yeah, I mean, if we want to get like into the science of it, I mean, there's definitely some genetics. I mean, because it's hard to like decipher between the environment and genetics. Because you could say, yeah, a parent who was an alcoholic, you know, created that environment for you where it fucked you up. But you could also say that like that person had possibly some genes to be an addict to begin with. And they 100%. See that with like twin studies. There's like identical twins that are separated. They're separated completely different parts of the country, and they've like very, very similar lives. So there's definitely a genetic component. So you can't sit there and say that like it's all our fault. Mm-hmm. You know, there's definitely some things that we don't have control over. But you know, that's the kind of the wisdom of life is figuring out like what you can control and like what you can't control.
I can't gamble.
Yeah,
can't do it.
Yeah, like I can't drink. Like I know I cannot have alcohol in the house. Like if I drink, I have to go to the store. I go to the gas station and I get like a 6-pack and I take 2 of the beers, I pour them out, and I only have 4 beers because I cannot have I can't have alcohol in my house. If there's like a 12-pack there, I'm gonna drink the whole 12-pack. If there's a 24-pack, I'm gonna drink the whole 24-pack. That's just the way it is.
I mean, dude, I think we're all like addictive personalities. You know what I mean? Like I think we've all been down that road, you know? And I could see that as hereditary because my dad had that shit and his fucking dad had that shit and his fucking, you know, like hereditary alcoholism is fucking for real. And I think hereditary, you know, addictive personalities is possibly a thing too. Like maybe it's 100%. All contingent in the same kind of sphere, but I'm with you. I'm 100% with you that there is some shit, but honestly, it makes you stronger when you can battle against that and control it. And it makes you that much tougher and mentally stronger as well. When you're able to fight back, control it, and find a structure that fits you. I couldn't agree more. So, but let's keep it moving. So like we said, available now on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Work Perspectives Podcast. We have the Ian Hogan episode. Honestly, I'm super proud of this episode. It's one of the best ones we've ever done. He really was like open about his story, like, dude, him fucking talking about the pawn shop robbery, you know what I mean? And like doing time and going to Glen Mills as in like the, you know, the fucking like getting kicked out of school and arrested, going to Glen Mills and like all that shit, man. Like it was a really, really, really good show. So
And let me tell you, from the day that kid showed up in North Wales, this probably makes him crazy, just like my stupid ass. But no matter what my dumb ass did, 100% in the worst circumstances was next to me at my side, like ready to throw.
Such a
Dub's
poor
the
choice, but a great
Dub's the
rider.
man.
Yeah.
I rode him into the worst war.
If you were a motorcycle driver and you had to hook your sidecar to someone, Cabot was a poor choice, but you got a great sidecar.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I looked over at his big ass, his big Irish ass, and I was like, with some anger issues, and I was like, hell yeah, you're gonna roll with me. When I was younger, when we were little kids, all the way up until he had to get out of high school, that was Sean. Same way when I was a young boy, I had huge ass Sean Day next to me. He used to be like, yeah, just go fuck with people. I was like, hell
Dude,
yeah.
that
I would just
one
go have
picture
kids
of you
chase me
two.
back, and Sean just beat the shit out of him because he was way bigger than everybody. I was like, now
That
what pussy? Now
That
what
makes sense.
pussy?
Me and Ian both had parents who died, so that's the
I know. And I
Yeah.
clinged to
You
Sean
gotta
when I
find
was
some-
younger, and Ian
Cabot
my older.
filled that void.
Dude, fucking
They're my guys. Yeah, they're like my brothers. They're
the
my older
one
brothers.
the one picture of you and Sean at the shore. Sean
Wildwood
is
stayed in a
Sean,
converted garage, real North Wales shit. What's up?
Sean was legit like twice the size of you. You know what I mean? And you told the story about like just going around and starting fights with people so Sean
I
could
was good at
fucking
that.
kick their ass. Yeah. I was like,
I was
well,
good at that, and especially because I was also small, so it made Sean look much larger. He was bigger than most, not a giant, but he's bigger than most. I was really small.
I was also a little bit older too, because
Yeah,
like I moved around like probably like 20 different times before I was 5 years old.
yeah.
So I started kindergarten a little bit late. So I think I was like 6 or 7 months older than everyone else, or maybe like 9 months older, which is kind of a big deal when you're that age, because like 9 months, like
True.
you grow a lot.
Oh
so.
yeah.
yeah. When is your birthday, Sean?
I was born April 13th, 83.
April. So you're like 4 months older than me. Yeah,
Yeah, so I was always a little bit older than everyone always. a little
actually
bit.
6 months. Yeah, you're right. 6 months.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
Nice. Fuck yeah. Hey man, that's safe. That's how the cookie crumbles.
But Ian was the
What are you
same way. That's why I love that episode, to hear his story. Especially when I met him too. You know, great. Look at the two guys I hung on to. I got wild ass Ian and fucking the Navy SEAL.
What?
Fantastic.
How tall? I've never seen
Who, Ian? Ian's
in
a solid.
person.
He's over 6 foot. He's a solid.
Oh,
six,
really? He's
Six.
He's a
He's
big
a
dude.
little under
He's
6'1".
a big
He's a
dude.
big guy.
Oh,
He
I
doesn't
mean,
really lift. He doesn't really lift weights either. I don't think he's just a big
he's just a
natural.
naturally big Irish guy.
dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
And hits like a champ. I've seen this bull crush dudes' skulls and fight.
Oh.
Oh, Ian can hit, yeah.
Man, I've never seen him in person, so it's weird to like, because you see him on the in the video on the Zoom.
He's a big dude.
But like I never know. But nice.
Yeah, he's
All
a
right,
big
cool.
dude.
Nice. All right. So like we said, available now, Ian Hogan episode. I highly suggest checking out. One of our favorites. Really, really good show. Really great guest. Can't wait to have him back on. And then next week we have the Middle Brother Extravaganza. So Bern missed the 40 Fort Roundtable, which he set up. Then a few weeks later, he has his own brother on the show. His own brother, Mike. His younger brother, the middle brother. And he just didn't show up and couldn't make it. So it was me, Justin, and Mike. It was the Middle Brothers Extravaganza of a lifetime. And I'll tell you what, great show. Because
I really liked him.
Mike's great.
Yeah, he's great. He showed up in a Celtics jersey, which I was
Right.
a little off put by, but other
that
than
would've put the
that,
mood down a little bit. I don't want to see him in
Bulls
the
are-
finals.
Bulls all right
Put
by
it down
me.
a little bit.
It was a Paul Pierce jersey.
Yeah, they won't be
That's
celebrating for
dope.
long. So
put on
Yeah,
my
very
Simon
true.
Gratz She jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Set the
she
balance.
did. You know what I mean?
He was not his show. He's got a great story. Like, dude, he was president of his class, homecoming king, prom king, state champ in basketball, all state and soccer goalie, like great story. Went to Temple, he's an MRI technician, right? Like does all this fucking shit. So super, super, super good episode. Really funny. Talk some shit on Bern, which is always fun. You know what I mean? Little brothers cracking on brothers kind of thing. But yeah, really, really good show. Really excited to have him on. So that'll air next week. So let's keep it moving. Lasmeeshma, I'm going to go to you. What'd you get into last weekend? What do you got for this upcoming weekend?
last weekend was awesome. It was Memorial Day.
The best.
I was supposed to hang with my sister, but they just moved here, and then the husband got COVID.
Shut the
So
fuck
they
up.
had to, so they had to chill in the house.
Loser. You got
Yeah,
that
Is he okay?
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Of course
yeah,
he's
they're cool.
fucking okay.
Yeah, they're all right.
Fuck are you talking about?
Dude, you
He's not
don't know.
90. Is your
You
brother-in-law 91
Not
years old?
Yo,
Nah.
that most healthiest motherfucker I know was on death's door because of that shit. So you don't fucking
I hear
know.
you. You got a better chance of an eagle picking you up tomorrow and dragging you away to eat you alive. But I hear you.
Hey man, if that fucking happens, then that sucks too.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I don't know which one I'd be more upset about.
But
I
so
would
he
much
got
take the
COVID,
Rona.
but
Yeah.
he's all right. So kind of
Yeah.
canceled your guys' plans.
Yeah, but one of the mechanics I work with invited me over to their thing, and I told him, if something happens with my sister, then we'll come through, So
Yeah.
we went to his place, went to their barbecue and everything. I got roasted for the second time in 2 days for having Redner's brand ketchup.
God
Cabot-
damn it, Liam.
Cabot fucking roasted me so hard for it.
Yeah.
I get there and he's like, "What the fuck is that?" He's like, we already have ketchup. We don't need that. So the same bottle.
I like this
So
guy.
the same bottle is just sitting there in the cabinet right now.
Why are you bringing ketchup anyway?
Just bringing like shit with you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, hell
I was
yeah.
like,
Show
I'll
up
bring.
empty-handed.
Hey,
Yeah.
I mean, I know don't show up empty-handed, but ketchup?
Yeah, he's bringing condiments. Fuck
Yeah,
you,
That's
get it.
that's your move. You bring condiments.
I brought burgers and pretzel
All right,
rolls
all right,
and
all right.
cheese.
They
And
didn't
So
bring just
You
ketchup.
brought a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I
so
didn't show
ketchup.
up with like a bottle of fucking.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Raptor.
like, just ketchup? Get the fuck
No,
out of here.
I brought like a, like
You brought a
Goodie
whole.
pack.
You brought a whole
Yeah.
schmorgy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got the goodie
Yo,
pack.
I
but the
also-
ketchup. I did
I'll-
not know it mattered, dude. I did not
Oh,
know it fucking
Matters the
mattered.
most.
There's few things that you do need to buy name brand of. Ketchup
Yeah.
is one, and Q-tips is another. Do
Yeah.
not buy off-brand Q-tips.
Yep.
But,
You'll
yo,
fucking
I was telling
pop
Cabot-
your shit.
So, Lavelle, you work in restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
In restaurants, when they bring you out a fucking cup of ketchup, what's in
Yep.
that shit?
You can
It's
taste
just
the
in
difference
some-
immediately.
It's just in some fucking can, like whatever comes off the Cisco
The shitty
truck or the
restaurants.
US food, the
Usually-
US foods truck or whatever, you know?
The way we would do it, most places, is that you buy the pack initially, the pack with the bottles that squeeze, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, then you refill 'em.
Then
With the
from
bullshit.
then from then on, you buy the big gimmicks with the fucking squirter
bullshit.
motherfucker on the top. Yeah. So that's like usually, I mean, I don't know. All the ones I worked at was always Heinz.
And
You know,
fuck
you got
every
that red
restaurant that
gold,
does
baby.
that. And fuck every restaurant that does that because I can taste the difference immediately. You fucking scumbags.
What? You're saying putting in the shitty one in the Heinz?
Any ketchup on earth that ain't Heinz, you can taste the difference immediately.
Yeah,
I would agree.
it's Heinz to
Yeah.
go fuck yourself.
And then I
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
I said I didn't really like ketchup,
Sean,
and then people started fucking
What
hating on
the
me for
fuck?
that. Like,
You don't
Yeah.
like ketchup and you're buying off-brand?
not really. No,
That's why I don't like
really
ketchup.
like ketchup.
Of course, I
Right.
wouldn't like ketchup either if I was buying Redner's ketchup.
Yeah, right? Yeah, you gotta get the good shit.
My girl's from South Philly, and we started living together, and she's buying Hunts, and I think it's the first time I ever
Oh,
had Hunts.
fuck
Get
yeah.
rid
I
of
was like,
her.
what
Get
the
rid of her
fuck
right
is
now.
this?
Get rid of her.
Yeah.
She's like, what
Yeah.
do you mean?
You cannot be with this girl.
I used
What
to
the
watch
fuck is wrong
Sean
with you?
take the bottle of
serial
ketchup
killer.
when we were young and spray it directly into his fucking mouth and then just cap that joint and put it down.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Sean.
Dude, I don't know what it is.
Ketchup.
I don't know what it is. I love ketchup. It's just
I
funny
love
They
because
love
like
ketchup.
my dad's like a classically trained chef, so like
Yeah.
it's like a real chef. The way they do it, like they serve you food. You're not supposed to put anything on it. Like
Yeah.
it's like
Right.
they get pissed off. So he would
It's like
make
an
all
art.
this fancy.
Desecrates it.
He'd
Yeah.
make all this fancy food for me. I'd put ketchup on it. I'd just piss him off. But I don't know what it is. I've always loved ketchup.
He makes you
So,
like
like,
a
what-
gourmet dinner and it's
Wagyu beef steak, little
Yeah.
ketchup on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what were you gonna say, Liam?
So I'll use it for like French fries and stuff, but like I don't think you really need it for like
Liam, it's a
Dude, you
Fucking
gotta put that shit on your
federal offense.
eggs, on your fucking potatoes,
hot sauce
Yeah.
on eggs.
Meatloaf.
Yeah.
hot
I'm
sauce,
with Liam.
and the fucking ketchup.
Nah,
Gimme.
it's too much. That's too
Yeah,
much. That's
nah,
fat
that
kid
is too
shit.
much.
Bro,
Now we're going fat
so
kid shit.
fucking good.
You
dude.
can't touch dicks. That's
You never
fat kid
fucking
gay
did.
shit.
You never
can't
did
do
a
that.
grilled cheese and some ketchup.
Fuck
Oh,
no.
dude.
Eat grilled
Ah.
cheese, cuz.
You kidding me?
Oh, grilled cheese
Yeah.
and some ketchup, bro. Get the fuck out of town.
It's the gayest order I've ever heard.
Yeah, I'd rather.
Have you fucking had it, fucking cheese dick? No, obviously
I've
not.
had it with
Because
tomatoes.
if
I'm
you
not
would,
gay.
you wouldn't be
Because I
arguing.
like
Soup.
girls. I'm
Dude,
not gay.
Ketchup is the
Tomato
poor
soup,
version.
tomato soup's fine, right? But I don't fucking have tomato soup all the time.
It's
I got fucking
59
ketchup.
cents. It's still 59 cents. The
But I'm
Yeah, if
not.
I don't have-
I'm already cooking the grilled cheese. I'm not trying to fucking cook everything. All right,
J
bub?
Dub's got a point. If I don't have tomato soup, I'm not making the
Not
grilled
dipping it in
cheese to
shit.
begin with.
Wow.
Although,
Yeah.
I'll say one thing.
That's the
I like
fattest
ketchup,
combo on
but for
earth.
some reason, hot dogs and ketchup are not good. Hot dogs has to be mustard.
Hot dogs
That's the
are
one thing I won't
gross.
put
I think
ketchup on.
hot dogs are gross
I
no
haven't
matter
eaten a
what.
hot dog
I do
in-
ketchup, mustard, and relish. I
Hot
fucking
dogs
That's
are
love
so
it.
disgusting,
fat.
dude.
You're so
Yeah.
fat, Matt. That's the
Hot dogs are
fattest kid
gross,
shit.
dude.
I really fucking like hot dogs, but I don't like them enough to,
Ew,
like,
JW, cut
to
that,
defend
cut
myself
that.
against it.
Fucking
Yo, the
glizzies.
glizzy
Yeah.
king. Yo, he's
I'll
a
just-
glizzy
I'll stay
king.
quiet.
Glizzies.
I low key love fucking hot dogs, but I will
Ew,
not tell
JW,
everyone.
fucking homo.
What is a
Dog, I love
glizzy?
It's a hot
a
dog.
hot dog, guys?
Ostrich them boys.
Never
Never
heard
heard
anyone
nobody
call a
ever
hot
called
dog
a
a
glizzy?
glizzy.
Give me a
Yeah.
Martin potatoes bun.
Yo, what?
I have no idea.
Have you not gotten out of the basement? Is he keeping you in the basement again? Blink
What is
twice
this?
if we need to
Glizzy.
rescue you.
Is it a specific brand? of
No,
glizzy?
it's just like a
it's
hot
anyhow. You never
dog.
seen nobody call it a glizzy?
Yeah. And
No.
then
I've
they-
never heard that.
They always make it like you can't eat a hot dog or it's gay, you know, because you have to open your mouth wide and it's phallic
Glizzy?
shaped
Yeah.
oral product.
Glizzy sounds like
JW
some
nothing.
Glizzy sounds like some underground like gay
What is
vernacular.
exactly.
Like twink. Like
Because that's how they
twink,
look when they
Glizzy.
eat it. They're
Like,
like,
we talking about?
"Ah."
Never heard that.
Nice.
Apparently, if you go to Chicago, right, like they're famous for their Chicago dogs, and if you ask for ketchup, they throw you the fuck out. If you put ketchup on a hot dog in
They
Chicago,
put
it's
all
like
kinds
a
of
cardinal
fucking
sin.
weird shit on their hot
They-
dogs in
they'll-
Chicago. They get fucked off.
They'll literally put everything but
Yeah.
ketchup.
Yeah,
So Chicago
It's
can
a hot
fucking
dog.
soak on some chode.
Shit's
So
gross.
yeah. So
hot
all
dogs are
right.
bangers.
Well, ketchup you
Yeah.
need to buy Heinz or go fuck your mother. Right.
Yeah, or go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I learned
It's
my
that
lesson.
it's that
I
red
learned my
gold,
lesson.
baby. It's that red gold. Yo, they got this new gimmick out though. It's like Heinz does like a combo now.
Dude,
I
dog,
saw
you're
those. They're so gross. They look
You're
so
so
gross,
fat,
dude.
Matt. You're so fat.
Have
Don't
you
tell me
had
like
the
this shit.
What is
fucking
it?
Buffalo
Don't tell
Ranch?
me you. Ew, that's gross.
Dude,
Why
try
are
it.
you fucking up hot sauce?
Fucking try it, bro. I'm telling
No,
you, do not
I
knock
don't
it.
ever touch the creamy white shit. You hear me? I'm not into
Okay.
the creamy white shit.
All
Ooh,
right.
I'm a creamy white boy. I like tzatziki.
I know,
like blue
glizzies.
cheese. I like
I
glizzy.
like some Alfredo.
I don't suck any dick, but I like a
Yeah,
lot
I-
of gay shit.
Ah.
I'm a puff boy. I like tzatziki.
All right. So, okay, Liam, also, I saw the video of your fucking daughter training for American Ninja Warrior. What the
Oh yeah,
fuck?
doing the monkey bars.
Dude, she did like the
Yeah.
whole fucking gimmick.
Yeah, dude, she's light. She can do all that shit, dude. She's
Yeah, she's athletic.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Shout out.
3 years. Shout out to Jumping Joy. You know what I mean?
Yep. Gymnastics.
Oh,
Get at it.
Really? She's
Yeah,
been
3
okay.
years. 3 years Jumping Joy, 1 year cheerleading. Yeah, she loves that shit.
Mhm.
Oh, nice, man. Hey, whatever fucking keeps
And
her
you can tell
active
right
and
away when you
makes her
see a
fall
little
the fuck
kid.
asleep.
A little kid has like a sense of balance. It immediately separates them from other. You can immediately tell that they do some type of, whether gymnastics is a huge one, and now cheerleading too.
Yeah, dude, she's always flying off the fucking couch and shit.
Yep. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Climbing
Yeah.
up the walls.
Yeah. So, all right.
Damn kids are climbing up the walls.
So okay, so very nice. Well, let's keep it moving then. Lyn Dub, what'd you get into last weekend, and what do you got for this upcoming?
And how's your
weekend?
rib, pussy?
Oh shit!
So I went to I visited the great state of North Carolina into Charlotte
yeah.
with Strata Lastrada and Tamil.
Stropolis.
Yeah.
We go visit Bakil. And on the first day, we arrived at 7 in the morning.
So hold on, can you say that? So you took Travis, and Tommy, and you went to visit Bo in North Carolina.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like it the other way. He said it, but I hear you.
right, but I mean, you guys understand what that is, but the listeners will not.
We
understand.
parked the car, went inside, and we're like, you want to sleep or you want to go climb a mountain? So we climbed a mountain, got high on top of a mountain, and
Hell
then climbed back down, went and played disc golf. And then there was an obstacle course and a 40-yard dash track where you set on the timer. There's a big scoreboard dead in front of you that gives you your time. So it goes green, red, yellow, green, you take off. If you go early, it won't count your time. So I'm looking at my
Sick.
so
It's so cool.
You've met me, so
Who won?
I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, we go.
Don't jump the fucking
I've been
punch.
I've been in the
Liam.
back of a Toyota Tacoma for 7 hours. Now I'm a lanky bull. I'm not the most athletic bull, but I'm lanky. I've been in the back of a Toyota Tacoma for 7 hours. I've climbed a mountain.
We're starting with? Is this what we're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you my list of
Okay,
excuses.
all right.
before I tell you the story. I
Fair
climbed
enough.
a mountain.
Fair
which,
enough.
I don't know if you've met me, but I haven't climbed many
I'm saying
mountains in my
5'1",
life.
5'2".
And then we played disc golf, and now we've shown up at this 40-yard
And
dash
you're
track
high.
and an obstacle course, and I'm very high.
Yep.
I think I've got Strada beat. Like,
Yeah.
I know I don't have
Drop
Keel
Strada.
because he's got a big stride, and Tamil is just
He's a
dumb
quick little
athlete.
fuck.
He's a fast.
He's
little
a quick
fucking
little
Italian
fuck.
bastard.
Yeah,
Yes, he
that
is.
little slippery guinea.
But I'm like,
Yeah,
I got Skiv. Like I know I do.
Skip it in the gym lately, though. He be doing the
burns
CrossFit.
the fuck out of me right
Yeah.
on to the
Skip
point
it
where I
and doing
like
the lifting, yeah.
turn while I'm running. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I run like a 6'1", and I'm like, I want to go home. I don't want to do this.
Dude, that is so slow.
I got a
That's
terrible
like Tom
shot.
Brady speed.
I ran a fucking 199 pick fucking 40 times. I got it down to a 5.75. It is still not a fucking
You ain't
achievement.
getting picked if you go over the
Nobody-
sixes.
First off,
Dude, Chris
timer-
McKelvey was 6'4", 300 pounds, and ran a 4.9 40.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
The bull that we just drafted, Davis,
the
who's
fuck?
6'6", 350, ran a 4.68 or 4.69. He was faster than what's his name from Notre Dame that went right after him. What was the safety's name
The
from Notre
safety,
Dame?
Kyle, fuck.
He had a faster 40
Whatever.
time. He was the biggest defensive Hamilton. He was
Kyle
the
Hamilton.
biggest defensive lineman in the draft, and he ran a faster 40 time than the best safety in the fucking draft. How ridiculous is that?
Dude, the hardest I've ever been hit was by Chris McKelvey. So, like my sophomore year, I was in the scout defense, and ESPN came to watch
Yeah.
the whole season.
The
It's
season,
called The
yeah.
Season.
The season,
And
yeah.
I'm actually on the only time I'm actually on the video. I'm like flying through the air, but I was the middle linebacker, and Chris McKelvey was a pulling guard, and I had no idea their offense. I had no idea that what a pulling guard was even actually. And like I fucking was going to block the fullback, and I turned around and realized the ball's coming the other way, and Chris McKelvey's right there running full speed, and just fucking jacks me right through the goddamn air. And that guy was, dude, he was so bad. He had a full ride to Penn State, like his junior year.
Yeah.
Now, yeah,
That
he
guy was
started,
huge,
he
like I
started
said.
his senior year. Started 2 years there and had tryouts with the Saints and other teams. Like, no. The most legit. The guy was
Yeah.
a fucking monster.
I can't. That's a 4.940 in high school as a junior. That's insane.
Dude.
At 300 pounds. I've never been hit so hard in my entire life ever.
I remember, we would go in for training in the off season, right? We'd have like team training, and he'd be in there, like because he would come back from school and in the summer or whatever, and he'd be lifting in there, bro. And he's like clean and jerking like 330, fucking no problem. And I'm like, what the fuck? He was like, yo, he was fucking like, I remember seeing him being like, what the fuck? Like, we're not the same species, this guy. Like, he was massive.
You know what drives me nuts, though? The 40 time thing. It's like a pet peeve. Every asshole I've ever met that played football in high school and somewhat athletic looks at you. This is when you know he sucked. When he looks at you and goes, oh, yeah, I ran a 4.4 when I was in high school. I'm like, no, you didn't. Do you understand how fast that is? You have no idea, do you? You clearly don't, because there was never at a point in your life where you ran a 4.4.
No, even
fuck out of my
Kevin
face.
Zeblum. Like even Kevin Zeblum, I think, was doing 4.6s maybe.
No, he was a 4. He got like 4.49, 4.5. That's why he got a full scholarship.
No, he was faster. No, he was
a
faster
rocket,
than
but he ran a 4.4.
No. Kevin was definitely doing like 4.60 because I was running like 4.8, like when I from like 4.8, 4.9.
Yeah, no, he was 4.4 when he went to college and stuff. He was the
I was gonna say,
at Lehigh
he was faster than 4.9 because he was way faster than me.
Yeah,
way faster than me.
Yeah, he's a 4.4 around there.
You're saying 4.49, right, Steve? Is that what you're
yes.
saying?
I thought they were saying 4.9 because I was like, that's I was trying.
Yeah, he got down
to
into
get
the
like
4.4s. He might even be lower. I could just be bullshit, but I know he was the fucking punt returner.
He was
a
fast.
goddamn freshman.
Yeah.
He was
Dude, he's like the fastest fucking white boy around. What the fuck?
White chocolate. He made the final 8 for the 100-yard or the 100 meters in high school. His senior year, he made the final 8 heat of the the top guys that placed for the 100 in the state for the big schools. Matt Henderson was in that race with him. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So two kids from the same school?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I heard-
Kevin
yeah,
was wild.
It's so
Henderson was
ridiculous, man,
super
with
fast.
athletes. It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like Matt Henderson, he was so fast.
Unbelievable.
Fastest kid in the world.
Unbelievable.
Ron
Unbelievable.
Scott Lesky was the fastest kid in Pennsylvania when he was a senior. Fan of the
What's
show,
that
former
mean?
guest of the show. Either way, so he was. So all right, let's keep it moving. All right. So very
Anyway,
nice.
J-Dub's really, really slow. So.
Yeah, J-Dub,
Yeah.
you bitch, yo. That moral of the story,
Dude,
J-Dub,
you know what it
bitch.
was?
37 years old, 5'7".
Justin, is that why you were jumping rope today? Getting a
No,
little.
I'm a long distance man. I could outrun you in the 800. I can't outrun you in the 400.
No,
Dude, I
you
remember.
rip on that jewel every 10 seconds. You ain't outrunning shit, cuz. Them lungs about to burn up.
Well, I'll tell you this. I think if you did train, Justin, you are sneakily athletic. Because I remember when you were consistently going to the boxing gym, right? And we would do like training drills. And I was like fighting full time at this time, right? And I was like, you would be able to keep up with me in like the one drill. And I was like, how the fuck? Like, I do this 10 times a day. How is this guy still here? So I don't know. But I think
Yeah, so
if you
tell him how your
train-
rib went on the obstacle.
Okay, yeah.
So
So
we-
what
yeah,
happened?
we
Tell him
got a
how
little-
your rib got.
there's a
After he
little-
pumped you up, after he just pumped you up, tell him how it went,
There's a
J-Dub.
little Ninja Warrior course there too. You do like the
Yeah.
What
side
kind
to
of
side.
fucking park is this?
It's sponsored
Isn't
by the
it
Carolina
awesome?
Panthers.
Fucking
It's
awesome.
fucking incredible. There's a button you press and it different players like hype you up before you do
So
on your 40
sick.
time.
What?
Like,
They were
I'm Blue
sending us
Keekly, you
videos.
can do this. I know. So you
sick.
you do the little side to side. Then we
Yeah.
were like climb over. And you do
Okay.
a little roundabout through some tires. And then there's these it's like remember like the tires just hanging and you could like
Yeah.
gotta go through them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they weren't rubber tires. They were like hard plastic, like
They were like
foot
cones.
apart individually hanging big plastic sheets. You got to go through the hole. And I thought I could step through them and I didn't want to lose time. And I was like, I can't step through these fast. So I dove. And diving was a terrible idea.
Yeah, he's exposed.
Immediately, hands out, just
Yep.
all the air comes
Oh.
out my left lung. And I'm like, you motherfucker. Now, this is a vacation in North
Yes.
Carolina where all I did for the whole 4 days was laugh and cough.
Yeah,
And if you have a rib injury, laughing and coughing is
it's
not,
not a
very
good thing. No.
Yeah, you're in fucking trouble.
Yeah, it's not good.
I just want to say that really nice park that the Carolina Panthers hooked up and everything would get fucking stripped bare for
Fuck
parts.
yeah.
And if it was in
Fuck
Philly,
That scoreboard
yeah.
would be in somebody's basement within
Yeah.
30 minutes of the
Fuck
Domes
yeah.
of Philly.
Yeah.
everything
They'd
of
have-
value would
yeah.
get stripped the fuck
Dude,
out of that thing.
I was thinking
We
I was
can't
like,
have
damn.
nice things.
I was just thinking, I was like, why can't we have something like that?
Because
And
we
then I'm
can't
like,
have nice things.
because it would be fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
Because
in
we
two-
killed
in
the
2 days.
robot.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
kill.
yeah,
killed the robot.
the hitch clock, the
The
hitch
hitch
spot or
spot,
whatever it was.
faggot. We
We
Yeah,
don't deserve nice things.
God
fuck
damn
that
it.
thing though.
Yeah, fuck that robot. I'm with you.
Yeah. So, all right, nice. Well, and then what do you got for this weekend?
And then this weekend, I'm going to the illustrious Wildwood in New Jersey to visit my girlfriend's father.
Wildhood. All right.
And the man is a fantastic chef, and I look very much forward to it.
Very nice. Are you gonna have to get saved by a lifeguard possibly again?
Nah, I do. I mean, I'm good in the ocean now. It only happened one time.
Sure.
You know, sometimes you
Yeah.
get caught in a riptide, and
Hey. Hey,
you got to get
you
saved in front of your
know, we're not all Hasselhoff.
girlfriend's
you
parents.
know?
That's
I mean, come on, Hasselhoff. So nice. All right, cool. I'll be in LBI. So if you feel like coming up to where the rich people live, let me know. Nice. All right. Sean Douglas Day. What'd you get into last weekend, and what do you got for this upcoming weekend?
Saturday, super boring. Doing my NBA still, obviously. So that was all Saturday. And then Sunday, I had the kids caught up on Star Wars. That was fun.
Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
You watch Obi-Wan?
Yeah. Well, I watched episode 1, 2, and 3, and then watched
3?
Obi-Wan.
3's out?
No.
The
movies.
The movies.
Oh, the gimmick.
Episode
Okay.
1, 2, and 3. So because I haven't seen them in a while, just kind of see where I was at, and then watch
Yeah.
Obi-Wan. It was really good.
Dude, 1 and 2 is it's a tough watch at times.
Why
Well,
do you
that's
say
good
that?
parts.
I
Like,
liked it.
I don't know. The rate. Oh, dude, the Darth Maul and Obi-Wan Qui-Gon fight, fucking killer. But the pod racing, kind of tough to watch.
horrible.
And then
I just skip through. I just skip chapters till it's like stuff that's
You got
You know
about
what I mean?
60
and then
seconds
in,
before you
in
lose.
two, dude, in 2, like all the romantic stuff with Anakin and Padme, I'm like, oh god, this is brutal.
just skip that shit, dude.
brutal.
But what do you think about Padme and her struggle to have those children?
This John on? Is John on?
Tell us about Padme, Steve.
Speaking of
That may get gunned
Anyway,
down. Is that what he
moving
just
on.
said?
We'll
Yo,
move on.
get
Padme
gunned
down.
she got yeah.
I'll gun down Pam.
I love
What's her
Natalie
name?
Portman though.
Yeah,
Natalie
Portman.
Natalie
She's my
Portman is
favorite
a
actor, so I love
fucking smoke.
all those.
Oh, she's
Like
so
her-
fucking
Like
hot.
her in The Professional, man. Like
Oh,
it's, which is weird now because like when I
it's
was a
creepy
Creepy
kid,
to say, but
Vendetta?
I was a kid.
No,
when
when I was
saw
a
that.
kid, I had a crush on
Same.
her in The Professional.
R2D2.
And so when I watch it now, I'm like, dude, I'm weird. This is weird.
Yeah,
I can't watch it anymore.
I literally
I
have
can't
the
Straight
watch
up
it.
jacking off the
I
we're,
made
the
this
same,
video.
we're the same age, but
Yeah, Sean, I made the same joke about Wednesday Addams. I was like, technically,
Oh,
I have a crush on an
Christina
8-year-old girl.
Ricci.
But at one point in time, I was an 8-year-old boy who liked her.
yeah.
For some reason, I wanted to fuck her mom when I watched that show back in the day more. I was
Oh,
more and more
dude.
Tisha.
Yeah, me too.
I was more
Angelica,
advanced
it was
already.
Angelica Houston, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't
yeah,
that
I
it?
Mom
wanted to
is
fuck her
nice.
mom so bad. Oh,
Dude, a
Morticia
young
was where it was at.
Angelica Houston. Oh my
Come on.
god, bro. Dude, and Christina Ricci. Hi.
Oh
Yeah.
God, she got so hot.
Dude, you ever see Prozac Nation where she's all fucking crazy and shit?
No, it
No,
sounds
he's good.
awesome though.
Yeah,
Black
she's all
Snake
fucking.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, she's all wacky and like, dude, it's good.
I'm not into the super white broads, but I love her. Which is
Dude.
weird because she's an Italian super white broad.
Winona
Yeah.
Ryder and Beetlejuice.
Yeah, what's up with it? Gun her down
She
too.
could wear the weird hat.
She could dance right up them steps, right to the fucking room, man. You know what I mean?
Yo, do you remember Gwyneth Paltrow in Hook too? She played young Wendy.
She
Oh,
did?
she
That's
did,
Gwyneth
but-
Paltrow?
Damn, I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Are you
she-
You
serious?
know how
I
many
never
times
knew
I've seen
that.
Hook and I didn't know that?
She's Steven Spielberg's niece.
Get the fuck out of here. No,
Yeah.
I had no idea that's Gwyneth Paltrow.
Wow.
I didn't
Young
know that
Gwenny
either.
Paltrow.
Bad
Young
said
form.
Gwenny.
Bad
He said-
form.
My niece is hot. Come here, you. Come here. We're gonna make you a star. Come
Yeah,
here. You're
Yeah,
gonna
she's
every movie I
super
make.
weird though. Named her fucking Kid Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she talks
Yeah.
about like
And Amber Heard shits on my bed. I'll still marry her right now. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I'm
That's
ready
so
for the
good.
craziness.
you
when you're
better
that
have
hot.
fucking 10 8 balls of fucking yak if you're gonna get with Amber Heard.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. So
Steve wants a rusty trombone.
Yeah, hell yeah.
She's
Well, I
rich.
guess- wait,
Dude,
I guess
she's
she
rich.
does.
She'll bring the yak.
So okay. So Sean,
You got your I just noticed Steve shirt. Is that your Penn swim shirt? Is that your
Oh,
Penn
man.
women's swim shirt?
Oh, hold on. It's the
Oh.
Quake down. I wore this for Bill's Got Balls. Look,
What
it's
is-
just the Quake down.
What is
Steve's
that?
a big advocate of the University of Penn's women's swim team. He's got a
'cause
big,
the
big
dude-
girl he supports on that team. I can't remember her name, but he really stands behind her.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. All right.
Balls, and it's specifically his balls because they're big and they produce testosterone. And that's why he smokes bitches in fucking swim matches because of his giant balls. So, Bill,
452 to
you-
number one. Don't you ever
Bill.
sleep on the best athlete alive.
Bill, we can't play with the girls when you have balls. All right, Bill?
452 to number one.
Come on, Bill. We know
Yeah.
better. And then I gotta see you on the mic, Bill, and talk about. Man,
Sorry,
I
I don't
didn't
know
do
how
it
we
to
got here.
win. I just did it because I love the sport. Yeah, all right, Bill.
Yeah.
For all the viewers, she can't hear us because I've got these headphones in.
all
so-
right. I was just gonna
All the
say. I was
viewers.
like, whew.
No,
Well,
she can't
thank
hear
God
nothing.
for that.
Yeah. For
No, I'll believe me. I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
a good parent. Graham. I'm
for
not,
for
but-
for those.
No,
for
she
those,
can't hear nothing.
Yeah.
No, I
for-
was
my
kidding.
Bill's
I
Got
knew she
Balls
could.
rant.
For those listening, Sean's got his daughter on his lap and Steve is talking like Steve, but don't be worried. She cannot hear him. So there
Yes.
you go.
But
So-
Jill
I just
does have balls,
realized
so
she
fuck
colored
you,
her.
Bill.
She colored her entire face with markers. So that's
Oh,
Oh,
been
look
down
at
that
that.
road many times.
Yeah.
But they're watchable
yeah.
though. They're watchable.
Yep.
So we're
All
good.
right.
move.
Nice.
We're talking about you.
Yeah, I had my daughter put honey mustard on her eyebrows today.
Nice.
This is a group
Well,
of
that
people
comes
who
off.
have all probably huffed markers.
Yeah.
I never have.
I've
Yeah.
definitely taken a giant whack off a Magnum 44 before. Like, damn, cuz.
That was the big sharp.
I found the computer duster in the flammable cabinet today at work. There's computer duster in there. Somebody stashed it.
Yeah.
When I was in Iraq, my chief, he was doing the
Duster?
air in the air
Yeah.
canister things. We
Yeah,
blow things
for
off
the
your
keyboard.
voice.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what
Yeah.
Liam's talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We had a whole stack of them, and my chief started doing them. And I
What
thought he
the
died.
fuck?
Dude, he fell off the back of the couch, and I thought like he died. I was like, I was the medic. We weren't supposed to be drinking. It was
Oh
in
my
Habibia,
God.
Iraq. We're all drinking, and he finds those, and starts doing them and then falls
I
down.
like this guy. I like.
I'm like,
where his
dude,
head's at.
oh my God, like I'm gonna have to save my chief right now, and I'm drunk. We're not supposed to be drunk. How do I explain this? How do I explain any of this?
That shit like freezes your lungs, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's dude. I knew all the science too because I was like, the bottle was like frosty, and he was drunk, and I was like, dude, there's so many things that could be wrong with him right now.
Yeah.
Luckily, he woke up like 10 seconds later.
Jesus.
And I was like, thank God. I was like, I'm pretty sure I saw my chief die. Yeah.
I joke about
he hit the back of his
the
head, too.
duster. I joke about the duster a lot, but I've never done. I do not understand the fucking duster, like Huff and Glue. Fucking the kids who would eat like a box of Corticine or like fucking a bottle of Robitussin.
I did
that
the
shit is so
Corticine.
whack.
Robo,
Dude.
I did the Corticine.
I'm 5 for 5 with your little spiel, and I'm feeling like I'm getting talked down to.
Oh,
God
man.
damn it!
Sorry.
Yo, I did the Corticine. That shit.
We are.
That was Chaz's thing. Chaz used to do that all the time.
He's the one who discovered it. And at a point in Lansdale, there was every pharmacy you went to had no cold and cough because every kid was stealing it out the package and just leaving it there. So they started keeping it behind the counter.
Yeah, dude. I remember.
And Corticine, hold on. Corticine is the cold and cough for people with high blood pressure. So it has a certain ingredient added to it. If you're a kid,
dextromethorphan.
Yeah, you take a bunch of it and it you trip balls. But
we've ruined it for anyone who's
controlled. Now it's like controlled. Now I don't think you can even you have to go talk to
you
the
can't
pharmacist.
anymore. Yeah, we've ruined it forever.
Nuts. You take 8 of them, forget about it. Forget about it. One rack, we used to call it a rack. They came with 2 racks.
You know what it feels like? It feels like when you're doing drugs on Grand Theft Auto and he's like moving around. He's like, ooh. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Dude, that shit fucks you. Dude,
what are we gonna call this episode? Kensington Ave or what are we gonna label
Beancast.
It's the So so that Sean, so you did some Star Wars last weekend. What are you getting into this upcoming weekend?
Oh, then Memorial Day too. On Saturday I always play the bagpipes.
Oh yeah, thank you for
your
Yes, Sean.
So I went down to my wife had to work, but I took the kids down. We have a
Sean, that dad's a fucking badass. Hell yeah!
It's like a veteran cemetery. So I went down there and just played the bagpipes, and that's what I did Memorial Day. And then the babies had to take their naps all the time, so I gotta couldn't do too much. But this weekend, I have no idea. Boring. Doing my online MBA. I'm a nerd. So
you get the
hold
well
on, Sean. That's not true. Hold on, Sean. I was about to say. What's up with the well? I saw the fucking crane, the giant truck. Is everything go good with the well? What's up?
Oh yeah. So I gotta. Yeah, the well went really well, but they destroyed the whole property because I mean it's huge equipment. So I got the well in. It wound up being 360 feet. We found water.
Holy shit! 365 feet. Jesus.
Yeah, but no, dude. We have so much water there. I'm getting. So at your house, you're probably getting 5 to 6 gallons per minute. Right. I'm probably getting 25 gallons per minute out of my well. So that's.
You got the good pressure.
You got the good well.
He got the good pressure. That shower fucks. So you go to Sean Day's crib.
So 4 times your normal shower. You're like,
hell yeah.
Well, no. So yeah, I don't live on the farm. So my house, I have a regular cookie cutter home. I live on city water, but my farm's down the road. So the well's just for the farm. But,
so now
then the horses got the real water.
I was stressed out, man, because they don't guarantee water. So they'll charge you $46 a foot to get the well, and if they miss, you still got to pay them to drill it again.
Shut the fuck up.
So I was stressed out, but they found water, so I'm good to go. But now I gotta get it all hooked up. I need to get the pump in there and get everything hooked up to the booster pump. So
how many feet did they go?
360
feet. They found water, and I told them to go 100 feet below just to make sure that I got plenty of water probably for the next 100 years, because we've got a ton of water. Because the water we have, it's probably 40,000 years old. This water is super old. So
we about to dig a hole to this, John. I'm about to bathe in Roman water.
You probably got the fucking most crystal fucking clear fucking water, the cleanest fucking goodest water.
Yeah. Because nothing can get to it. I mean, nothing can get to it.
No contaminants, nothing.
Dinosaurs and that shit. Yo, I'm about to drink from where a saber-toothed tiger drank.
Yeah, probably like William.
Let's go, yo.
I mean, well, back in the ice age, there probably was covered in ice. I mean, where I used to live was probably well, that's like 30 million years ago, but yeah.
So do you have to you have to run pipe 360, like you have to run a booster pump, like a transfer pump or something down there. And
so how it works is I don't have electricity because I'm off grid. So I've got like a big propane generator. Propane's the way to go. It's a lot cleaner. So that powers the pump just to get the water to the surface. And then I put that water into a 3,000 gallon tank. And then I pressurize that. So I've got two pumps because you're pushing water 360 feet. And then to pressurize that is so much energy. It's easier for me just to put it into a tank, and then I can use gravity because my whole property is a 1% grade. So I can use gravity to my advantage, and I can do some flood irrigation as well. So I don't have to use as much energy.
Yeah, you can put like an air bladder in too to keep the pressure, can't you? Like you do put like a
you can do that, but then you have to like power that all day, right? Because you're putting it into a pressure tank, but then you have to keep the pressure all day. So it's easier for me just to have a booster pump. So as soon as I turn it on, I have instant pressure, and then I turn it off, and I have no pressure. But with what you're talking about is like a pressure tank. You have to run it all day long. So it's just added extra energy.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
So,
damn.
But I gotta hook. But that part I'm hooking all up, like, because I can't drill a well, obviously, but as far as all the irrigation, I got to hook up all the pumps myself, all the irrigation, all the.
How do you ensure
I got a lot of work. What's that?
Like, how do you insure the well? Is there like a well, like do you have to get an endorsement on your property insurance for like a well?
Well, yeah, I mean, well, first of all, you have to get a permit because everything is very controlled here because water is a hot commodity here. So I had to get a permit from the state to even get it. And even then, like, because I mean, an agricultural well, that's a special permit I can't even get because they're pumping like 2,200 gallons per minute. And so mine's a domestic well, so which is under 35 gallons per minute. So mine was pretty easy to get, but like if I want to like upscale to a big farm, good luck. Like they're not even giving those out anymore because we're running out of water.
What the
fuck? But as far as insurance, I've got insurance, not really I got property insurance for the entire property, but it's more for liability insurance in case like someone gets sick. Like let's say someone, like I get E. coli or something in the water somehow, like a bird poops in the water or whatever.
He gets this shit.
Yeah, then I have liability insurance for that, but it's more for that. Or if someone comes in the property and like, because I have a U-pick style farm, so people come on the farm and like literally pick the potatoes out of the ground, they pick the onions out of the ground, and so if they like sprain their ankle or something, they could sue me. So my insurance is more liability. Just so I get sued. Yeah, liability insurance.
Yeah.
But then also my farm. Here's a smart thing to do if you ever have a business. What you do is, that's why I don't live in the farm. My farm actually is not owned by me. It's owned by Neptune Spear Farm LLC, which is a limited liability corporation. So they can't sue me. They're suing that.
Just and like so this show, baby.
Yeah, so they can't go after my house. They can't go after any of that kind of stuff. Yeah. So
FYI, guys, this show is owned by 4th Street Productions.
Wait,
LLC.
one of these gonna sue us?
I mean, they'd sue the LLC.
They'd sue Steve probably.
You're gonna have to
get sued by I don't know, some gay guy.
Yeah, come try and take Louis.
So, dude, that's fascinating. So you spent, I mean, dude, it's over $16,000 for them just to drill the motherfucker. Not let alone like everything else that fucking goes into it.
Yeah, but it's an investment though, because that well, it'll add at least bare minimum $50,000 to my property, and I spent half of that.
Oh, yeah. Not even. You spent a third of that. Okay. With everything else,
Well, I'm doing a lot of work myself, like the labor, because that's what I went to school for. I went to school for essentially farming. Yeah. So I learned how to grow crops. I also learned how to like run pipe, and I learned how to like do all the calculations for all that kind of stuff.
Is that how you got the twins? Hey-o, hey-o. Yeah.
It's a cadaver.
Yeah. So but it's a great investment. I mean, like as far as my net worth increase, but like my cash flow hasn't increased yet because I had to spend all the money on there. But like, 20 years from now when I sell the property or I transfer my kids, I mean, it's gonna be. That's why I decided to go an extra 100 feet because they can't actually drill in the same hole. So you have to get a new. So that's why I told them to go an extra 100 feet. So my kids are gonna have water there. Dude, so if they don't want to farm, like when I die and they don't want to farm, hopefully they want to farm. But if they don't, they're gonna be sitting on a good chunk of money. So it's gonna be a good good thing for them.
Plus, too, I mean, you know, when the Zambia apocalypse happens, they're gonna be fucking sitting on a fresh water source. They're gonna be running the damn show, baby.
Yeah, people think it's insane, but you talk to Ukrainians and it's like you talk to Ukrainians 10 years ago, you'd be like, hey, do you think the Russians are gonna attack? They're like, no. But dude, it happened, didn't it? I mean, weird shit can happen. Who knows? Canadians.
Yeah, Justin Trudeau, you fucking pussy, try to run down on us. See what happens, Trudeau. You pussy.
I don't know. Weird
shit. So relieved when he said Trudeau. I was like, what did I do?
I'm volunteering right now for that Trudeau homo.
All right. So, okay.
Wait a minute, that didn't come out right. We're going to have to cut that.
Hold on. We're going to have to cut a lot of the shit.
Hold on. God damn it.
All right.
I'm talking shit on the Canadian Prime Minister.
And what's this
I
weird
thought you were talking shit about Jennifer Aniston's house. Nah. All right. Let's keep it moving. Strong stem. What'd you get into last weekend, and what do you got for this upcoming weekend?
Got a little tussle with the son because I decided I took my niece to one of these tournaments that she runs with, right? So she did her softball tournament, but this time it wasn't with her team. She guest played for another team, right? This is the lady, it's a PW team, and they know her, so they can have like guest players when it's on Memorial Day weekends. A lot of your players aren't the fuck there because they're 14, they're going on vacation with mom and dad or down the shore. Who the fuck knows? So she guest played in this team with PW, the Pioneers, started pitching in the semis and in the finals, right? Finals, this other girl comes into it, like half with her of the game, and then the other half with this other girl the other girl throws real hard, but my niece has like movement and curves and all types of wild shit, right? So they're a good 1-2 combo. They beat the snot out of this team earlier in the tournament, faced the same team in the finals, and this team's from Tully Town, right? I'm going to air them out because this little midget got on my nerves, right? So this team,
little part-timer,
dog. When we first get to this tournament, my niece's team's playing, or the team she's guest playing on is playing this other team from the Poconos, and I see the guy from this other team, and he walks up and he says, "Hey, how you doing? Your daughter playing this team?" I said, "No, blah blah." So then I say to him, we somehow get into talking about coaching and blah blah, and I had a Wissahick and wrestling thing on, so he's talking to me, and I was like, yeah, the only thing that gets me at this age is the coaches that there's one thing to be excited for your team and hype your girls up. And then there's also there's a fine line where you go a little bit too far and now you're shitting on the other girls, like almost intentionally, right? Like a fucking dickhead. Cause you're an asshole.
You're making
too far, too much, right?
Girls.
Yeah, too much. Like there's a line you got to walk on. I mean, and unless you're a fucking absolute sped, like you can figure this out, especially if you can.
If you can walk this line, you are the line. If anyone is below you at this
is one thing I take real pride in. This line, right? This line drives me fucking nuts. It's like a goddamn pet peeve to me. So after me and this guy, he's like, "Oh yeah, I hate those coaches that do that. I would never do that." Blah, blah, blah. Little short fat guy with like this little fat neck on him and like fucking fire hydrant head, right? Nice guy though. Like, yeah, we dap it up at the end. I'm like, all right, Tully Town boy, I don't know where the fuck you from, but whatever. My team about to whoop your ass, cuz we did the first game. Then we played him in the championship. But anyway, 10 seconds later, he's in the next game, right? He's in the next game. First inning, I see him jumping up and down the first baseline. It's the first base coach, like high-fiving fucking parents through the fence, like pointing at the shortstop that missed the play. I'm like, oh my God, what just happened? This bull just talked to me for 10 minutes about how he can't stand parents that do that. And this bull's doing cartwheels every time they hit a single. I'm like, oh my God, this fucking guy, right? All I can think in my head now, I'm human. The only thing I can think in my head is I keep looking at my niece, and she's my brother's oldest. I'm looking at her like, I cannot embarrass her and ruin her life by beating the shit out of this guy right now. Because everything in me tells me to jump the fence and DDT him in front of the poor girls that know like they weren't winning. And they're looking over while this bull's doing fucking what's the fucking thing? He doing the fucking thing. I'm like, yo, you can't do the Macarena on first base, you fucking queer. Anyway.
Yeah, so for a Memorial Day softball game, fucking jerk.
13-year-old, 14 you. 14 and under girls. You got to be fucking kidding me. They're so emotional still at this point, right? So
still very much kids.
Oh, such kids. They're in fucking middle school, god damn it. They're not even high school yet. So they we're down
like,
4
act
runs.
like you fucking won a game before, dude. Like
we're down 4 runs.
Clue.
That team, we smoked them in the earlier, like the pool play. Now we're they make it to the finals. We make it to the finals. Blah blah blah. They're up on them by 4 runs, right? And they're beating my niece's guest team ass the whole game. Down to 2 outs, 4 runs they're down, right? Because there's a time limit. I'm gonna act like it's bottom of the ninth, but it wasn't bottom of the ninth. They run it by like in a tournament, it's like an hour and a half, and the fucking buzzer goes off, can't start a new inning. Blah blah blah, right? So it's bottom of the ninth, basically. 2 outs. They're down by 4 runs. The little fat bull's over there giving it. Now he's like, now all of a sudden he's in the club on fucking Delaware Avenue the way he's dancing. I'm like, this fucking guy. And all the girls
Sounds horrible.
Parents are high five. I think it's their Jersey team, Delaware. I forget what this guy said to me. I just saw red after. And I know we're gonna lose now because there's no the whole body chemistry of the team was like down and shit, right? First girl gets up, whack, hits a single. Second girl gets up, whack, hits a single, right? Or no, yeah, hits a single. No, first girl gets up, hits a single. Second girl is this big girl that hit a fucking home run earlier. They intentionally walk her. She's the 4 batter. My niece is the 5th batter, right? I'm looking at my niece right away. I'm like, they walk there because they think you suck. I'm like, fucking get them, right? My niece is like, my uncle's a fucking wacko, right? She walks up to the plate and she can hit. She's into it. Rips it down the line, scores 2 RBIs, right? She gets the second, hits a double, 2. So now they're down 2. And now another girl, they call this girl Big Daddy Kane. Her name's Maddie Kane. This she's awesome too, right? Great. This girl can ball. She's a good player in the field and she's big for her age and she's a cannon at the plate. Gets up, they throw her fastball, bitch hits it way over the fence. I mean, I've barely seen home runs at this age. This one was in the parking lot, like a dad hit it. This gone, ties it up, right? Now the fat bull's all depressed. No more fucking gay dancing over there, right? He ain't Cinderella no more. And then, this shit turned into a pumpkin at this point. No more from the fans. They're all fucking
quiet.
Now they go into OT, right? We don't get another run, goes to OT. Now this bench that was all walking around moping is lit.
Fucking
this dog's a party in that
total momentum shit.
Oh, the biggest switch. You can feel it in the air, and the other team's all quiet, no more cheering and shit.
Love
the one girl used to do like a handshake with this other girl. They didn't do it when they came out for the overtime innings. They were like, I could tell. I was like, hey, broke them. And in this, they do the international start where they put a person on second base. They can hurry up, score more runs, blah, blah, blah. And of course, they didn't get no runs the first one. And then my niece's team came up and fucking won the title over that little midget. Now, in my mind, I'm like, do not run over there and tackle him. Do not run over there. Everyone's like cheering and shit. I got my hand in my head, like we lost. I'm like, that's all I could think of was tackling this fucking idiot. Because he had that face-to-face with me for fucking 15 minutes about how he like, I don't understand how guys don't get it. Like, I'm a father. I'm like, I'm not a father, but I get it. Like, you can't, what are you doing, you fucking moron? Look around you. The dickhead was the ball he's talking about. Damn it.
Good.
This weekend, I don't fucking know. I think I'm going to go down the shore, hopefully boating, because Kevin got his boat back pumping.
What beach you going to?
Oh, we're going to go probably Corson's Inlet, maybe Townsend's Inlet, one of them down there with the back base at Ocean City and Sea Isle and all that. There's those back bays for anyone that has a boat or a jet ski that if you know, you know.
I was going to say, we're all going to be down there. I'll be in Wildwood, Matt will be in LBI.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some party islands in the back. They used to have this drawn on LBI called Bay Day. They have it every year. It is the wildest party I've ever been. Like 200 boats packed in LBI and like between Manahawk and LBI with all these boats, fucking floating stage, live bands. This shit is nuts. All in like waist deep water. So everybody drops their anchor and gets out and it's like a fucking giant concert basically.
Yeah.
Nobody goes to the bathroom.
In the water, you in the salt water though. I'll shit in that shit. We'd be all right. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, the oceans is a natural bodega.
Yeah, it wet my asshole out real quick. Clean them up. You know what I mean?
So, all right. So we're coming to the top of time, guys. This has been a fucking wild ride of a fucking show. We got a lot of flavors of ice cream on this. So before we get out of here, before we get out of here, Lyn Dub, anything you want to say to the Dub Nation before we roll out?
Shit, I think I said enough.
Yeah, you've said enough. Very nice. Sean Douglas Day, anything you want to say to the Day in Addicts before we get out of here?
Don't be a fucking pussy and want to fucking ban AR-15s because right now I got the stats up right now. I'll show you the stats right now. FBI stats. Okay, they don't have the current stuff out right now because it takes a while to compile it. So I've got the stats from 2019. In 2019. 6,000 people were killed by handguns. Rifles, 364 people.
Not even close.
364. And guess what? Close. How many people were? There's another thing. It says personal weapons. It says hands, fists, feet, etc. There was 600 people killed. There was more people killed by hands and fists than AR-15s. Don't be a fucking edit. Like, I want to fucking ban. If you want to ban AR-15s, you're gonna have to ban jiu-jitsu, boxing, Muay Thai. Everything else.
Cauliflower.
I'm out. Bye.
Editors, nails.
Yo, he's out.
Damn, I gotta cut like half of his shit.
That joint was hard, yo.
All right. Nice. Strong stem.
Yeah.
What-
If anybody's
okay,
gonna have
go
an
ahead.
AR, yeah, and
Now
I was just
listen.
say, if anybody can have an AR-15, it's fucking that guy.
Yeah. It's probably
Yeah.
got 5 of them.
We need him to have an
He
AR-15.
can
Yeah,
have
seriously.
all the AR-15s he wants, yo.
Yes.
He
He's
can
not
have
wrong.
he can have
And
my
he's
share
not-
of the AR-15s.
And he's
Hell
not
yeah.
wrong with what he's saying.
No,
he's
at
very
all.
right.
Yeah.
And he's got, I love that he has stats to fucking prove it. That's
Smart
the
guy,
best
man.
fucking part, man.
He's like, I'm much more likely to beat you to death with my hands than I am
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
an AR-15.
Yeah.
I was like,
He
that's
knows.
a fact.
Statistically speaking,
They will
yeah.
kill you with his hands long before he shoots you.
I would rather get shot than have you beat me to death
Yeah.
with your hand. So if we got to choose, you just shoot me because I'm done with
Yeah.
the fight. I don't want to
Yeah.
get beaten to death.
Yeah, nice. All right, strong stem. Anything you want to say to the Call to Cabot before we get out of here?
Yes, and it's very fucking important. Now listen to me, right? I usually am joking around and acting like an idiot. I'm being very serious now. When shit hits the fan and you need fresh water, come to me. I got a ticket to a spot that I know a guy, and I got the water on deck, yo. I got the water on deck, the
I got it,
freshest well water. I got the fountain of the Utes. You hear me?
No, the
Utes.
If shit
The
goes
Utes.
down, you go to
I got it.
608
I got it
Garfield
in.
Avenue, and then we go into Arizona.
Yeah.
Have cash only. Cash only. You know what I mean?
Cash
only.
only, because you got to
Yeah.
get on the back of Louis.
Yeah, cash only, homie. Big
the
cash.
trailer.
Big bag. Come on, I got the freshest water.
Nice.
I got that 350,000-year-old water.
Nice. All right. And Lasmeeshma. What do you got to say to Lasmeesh Nation before we get out of here?
All right. I got some advice, and then I got like my normal.
Okay.
Say.
Love it. Love
So
it.
Jay,
Love it. Love
it reminded me because J-Dub said that he couldn't gamble. So the NHL playoffs and the NBA playoffs are going right now, and fucking Tampa Bay Lightning, Colorado Avalanche, they're fucking cooking right now. So
Oh, yeah.
is Golden State might lose that first game because they're like they're a team that's got to like get in the groove and everything. So people will be going crazy saying, "Oh, Boston can do this," blah blah blah.
No, they
Well,
can't.
that'll give you better odds on Golden State to win the whole thing. So wait for Boston to maybe win that first game, then take
Yup.
them. Same with Tampa Bay Lightning. Maybe Tampa Bay loses that first game. Fucking Rangers might get lucky because Rangers win. Rangers have been winning when they shouldn't. So Rangers win that first game, then jump on those teams when to win the series. Jump on those teams if they lose the first game. That's just my advice, gambling for
Damn.
J-Dub, specifically
right.
for J-Dub.
All right,
But
Lasmeesh.
Game 6, Clay Thompson.
I didn't know you were the fucking Greek all of a sudden with this shit. Fucking all right.
Oh, I fucking love it, dude.
Nice.
And then my wisdom is if you build a man a fire, he'll be warm for a day. If you set a man on fire, he'll be warm for the rest of his life.
I only wish Bern was here to have to follow that up.
Oh, beautiful.
That's
All
the only
right.
thing that makes me sad.
Yeah, well, speaking of lighting people on fire, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied by Lyn Dub, Justin Richardson, Schwab Game Steve Cabot, Lasmeeshma Liam Reese, and the Madman Sean K. You can find all our stuff and all our content and all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can also on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. And you can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe so we can keep this party going. Thanks for listening and have a great weekend. Thanks.
Fuck your big balls, Bill. That's the only reason you win.
All right, we're out of here. Okay,
Oh,
good
man.
shit, guys.
I also
Good-
want to fuck Big Bill's big balls.
God damn.
Yo, pause, cuz you can't get out of pocket with that.
Yeah. What is all that?
Have you guys watched Obi-Wan?
Yes. I
Yes,
have.
Steve, do you watch Obi-Wan? I like this show so much, but I like asking Steve the questions about it.
What are you
Oh.
asking me?
Did you watch Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Obi-Wan Kenobi, bro.
Why, you getting a fight, yo? You in the UFC? Yo, that fool from Korea. I see
fighting
him fight
Brady?
before. That's a Brazilian.
Brady versus Cosmo, yo. I'm looking forward to it.
That's not gonna happen.
When?
That's not gonna happen. Because
Ever?
Are they gonna let Nate Diaz?
I mean, it
fight
might. They're
again?
on a collision course if they keep winning. They're on a collision course, but that's not going to happen in the near future because Brady is a super dangerous guy and has no real backing, like for money. Like there's not a
Nobody
huge
wants to
following.
fight
Yeah,
him?
nobody wants to fight him, and nobody talks about him because he's a bad dude. So he's not going to fight him. He wants money fights.
Cabot. But every time somebody like wins like or like a fighter starts doing good, like Nate Diaz, his name will come up, but nothing ever happens. He will never fight again. Huh?
No, he has one fight left on his contract. That's why he even took a video of him pissing at the thing, because he's been so pissed that Dana won't fucking give him a fight so he can get out of his goddamn contract and probably make a gazillion dollars fighting Jake Paul.
Oh my God, I did
He'll
not
box
know
Jake
that.
Paul, watch. Yeah, but he's stuck in the UFC contract. He's got one fight left. So does Conor. That's what they're saying. But they think they were trying to make him and Conor together. But Conor's he's not fighting this year. And Diaz is losing his mind because he's been sitting around for fucking 4 years doing nothing with this last fight. So he's like losing because he can go make money fighting a YouTuber.
That's such bullshit, dude.
Dana's
yeah, he is an asshole.
He's a good businessman, though. That's what makes, he's shrewd.
Yeah,
he's an asshole. That was fucked up.
Is it true that he's not allowed in any casino in
because
Vegas
he wins too much?
Because he fucking
plays
wins every blackjack
game, plays them for like $10 million hands because he has the money to do it.
Well, he's obviously not dumb. You know what I mean?
No, he's not a dumb guy at all. All. Yeah, so they don't let him.
And
he lives in Vegas.
Cutthroats.
Yeah, and he lives in Vegas.
He might look like the bad guy, but every one of them motherfucking fighters is a cutthroat.
Don't get it's a very individualized. Yeah, it's a very individualized business. It's a business of me and my like family and team. So they fucking act like they're wild.
Yeah.
And like Dana always says to people whenever they go, "Hey, the fighter pay thing." Like even when I this is a good answer. When I say it's fucked up, the fighter pay, they go. He always says how much the UFC makes and everything else. He goes, "If you guys can figure it out and want to make your own fight league, then please somebody else start one to compete one with us, because see if they go over there to fight you in your league that you're going to pay them more with. That's just not what happens. Like it's my competition level which makes the UFC. Like I know if you want to be a Bellator champ, that's fucking ridiculous. You want to be the PFL, you want to be the fight league, or you want to be Rising. It's ridiculous, but you're not the real champ unless you're the UFC champ. Nobody takes you serious.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's the NFL of fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything. Bellator's got some sick fighters, but it's not the UFC. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So he can do what he wants.
I just don't follow it as closely as you. That's why I asked.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Wait till but they're gonna have whatchamacallit, Olivier, or they're gonna have Charles Oliveira. I don't know. Oliveira. That's it.
Oliveira, yeah.
They're gonna have him fight. They're gonna have him fight fucking Islam, yo.
Oh, dude, that guy, Olivier. I can't say his name either. He's
Charles
fucking crazy
Oliveira.
too.
Oh, he's so good. Grew up in the ghettoest neighborhood up on in the favelas of Brazil, like literally eating rats to survive.
Yeah, dude, he's scary.
That bull's nuts.
Yeah.
He wears glasses and beats people up like that.
Yo, Jay, I was gonna say, but we were running late. Jay, though, you should have told him about that. Yo, I can't believe they don't have one of these up around here. Those fucking white water rafting centers or whatever the fuck it is.
That thing is awesome. It's so fun. I could do that for 8 hours.
Thomas really soak a bitch that didn't even see him.
Did he tell you about that? Yeah, I never laughed so my ribs.
He said you were dying. He said you were dying.
We got pinned against the wall, and there's this you can suntan and hang out around the course. It's imagine a lazy river, but 10 times bigger and with
it's awesome.
Oval, basically, it takes you up a ramp and you come back down, and there's 2 ways you can go in a figure 8. And you raft around it, and we got stuck up against the wall for a second. He goes, "Dana, watch this," and he hits the water, and it literally just bashes this girl who's suntan in a bikini, and I catch him doing it, and then I see her pop up over the cliff, what the fuck, and I am losing it, yo. And our bull was a cool
Thomas.
dude, but you could tell he kept it real professional.
Yeah.
And then Tommy started calling, his name was Garrett, and he started calling him G Baby and G Money and G Baby. And we're all right, G Money, you can do this. They're hyping him, yo. He doesn't do this all day.
Thomas said he picked up his paddle and slapped the bridge the one time. So Thomas jumped up and did it, and the bull was like, "What is wrong with these guys?"
Dude, Thomas, we were at Dorney Park, in the water park, and we were in we're going around the lazy river. And you know how there's the people that stand up on the ledge with the long john to help you along? yo, he grabs the stick and like yanks on it to like float the rope.
Oh my God. Fucking Thomas, yeah.
There's a line to get up the ramp that takes you up the oval, right? Like it's a little conveyor belt, and like all these rafts are in line, and we're gassing G Money up to like, let's beat everybody in line, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, instead of 3, like because they tell you like a 1-stroke, a 2-stroke, or a 3-stroke, like to get speed going, you got to do it in orders. And we like gas him up. He's like, there's like a gap between 2 boats. He's like, if we go right now, we can make. He's like, come on, G Money, let's fucking go. And we like dump it, and we get up the ramp before everybody.
Yo, I cannot believe they also let you get hammered in this thing.
No, well, I mean,
You can
like,
buy beers.
So
Dog, you can buy beers like Whitewater
you
Ramp.
can buy
How is
beers.
that possible? That has
We
to be
get
the
near-
highest insurance liability ever.
Yeah, go break your neck in a
We get-
fucking.
And drowned, all drunk in the
Yeah.
Whitewater, John. Like
we
come
walk
on.
to our time, and they're like, hey, all right,
Awesome.
everything's going to be set in 23 minutes. Everybody make sure you're in here. That's your maximum timeout left. I'm like, all right, we could go in there now and be like first in line. And Tom's like, we got to go to the car and burn. And I'm like, and the car's deep, yo. But like, you can take this shortcut to like dip out of the park and hop over a fence. So we're all beat, like half struggling. Tom's like, all right, I'm gonna jog to the whip, scroll up, yo, meet me there. Tom fires up the hill, leaves the fence. We go out the normal entrance. We get the car. He's like licking the last John. Starts licking.
No.
I was like, yo, I love that. Like we were told we had 23 minutes left, and we just fire out the gate.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Nice.
Yeah,
I gotta go.
All
That's
right.
Scream.
Yep. See you.